Hey everyone, it's Kothis, and today we have a late video for the Fallen S.A.B.E.R Grandmaster Strike. This is significantly easier than the first two of this season, and you can run it with almost any team composition you like. There are a couple of tough areas in this strike, but the boss room is really not bad at all. But before we dive into the strike, let's cover team composition first. My team all used pretty similar loadouts here, so I won't be going into too much detail. We were all Titans, with 2 of us running Arc and 1 of us running Void. 2 Arc Titans running Heart of Inmost Light with Storm Grenades is insane for ad clear. Heart of Inmost Light obviously gets your abilities back quicker and makes them stronger, but we ran Elemental Ordnance with Elemental Charge to easily create Elemental Wells and Charges with Light. Firepower is the use Charge with Light mod of our choice, and we triple stacked it. We'd get 50% of our grenade back immediately after throwing it, and comboing it directly with our other abilities will get it back even quicker. Our Void Titan was using Rally Barricades as much as possible to get us over shields with the Bastion aspect, and would pop a Ward of Dawn bubble when things got dangerous. As for weapons, we all ran Le Monarch for the Overload Captains. It's just amazing. 2 of us ran a Kinetic Scout Rifle to cover the Barrier Servitors, and the 3rd Guardian ran Witherhoard to keep some of the choke points clear. For heavy weapons, we all used Arc rocket launchers to pair really nicely with the Arc Burn. Anyone running Arc should absolutely be using Lightning Strikes Twice, the mod from the artifact, to get grenades back even quicker, and Bad Amplitude, also from the artifact, to jolt any enemy damaged by an Arc ability. And again, just a reminder, this is what we ran. You can absolutely use just about any other team composition, but this worked well for us and we had fun with it. Okay, let's get into the strike itself. This first section can easily be cheesed, and there's pretty much no reason why you shouldn't do this. As far as I know, the Chair Pop exotic emote, as well as the Throne of Atheon emote will work for this, but I'm sure there are others. If you know of any, please leave them in the comments so we can help out everyone. Basically, what'll happen is one player will glitch into the Warsat and will be immune to damage. So you can just sit there and charge up the Warsat. Just position yourself like Awoken did here and you'll be totally fine. Have another player initiate the encounter, and both players not sitting in the Warsat should run back here to where we went. There will be one ship here that might start shooting at you, but a barricade will do just fine here, and it's really not that dangerous. And that's it. You just wait the couple minutes it takes for the Warsat to complete, and all of the enemies besides the champions will despawn, so it's very convenient. This makes it very easy to take them out. You'll have 2 Overload Captains and 1 Barrier Servitor to deal with here. Once they are dealt with, head into the bunker. Alright, this next room will probably be where your team has the most trouble. Once you enter the room, immediately head to the left corridor. Somehow we managed to stay alive here. This was a pretty bad run for us, but I did want to show that you still can clear it even if something like this happens. What we should have done here is just drop a Witherhoard at the entryway and maybe a Storm Grenade if we could have managed it, but this would have prevented the exploding Shanks from entering this pathway. As you can see, after the first wave of Shanks tries to pop in there, no one really likes to come back here besides the occasional Vandal, which can really easily be dealt with. Keep popping your barricades to prevent enemy fire, and poke your head out when you can to get a quick Storm Grenade thrown out. The first wave of this room will have a Barrier Servitor and an Overload Captain. My recommendation is to just take whatever enemies you can out with the Storm Grenades and then start focusing the champions. When the room is cleared, destroy the coolant vent and beeline your way back to the safe zone. Enemies will immediately spawn in, so you've got to be quick. Some Vandals will spawn in from the corridor that you were just hiding in, but a quick super or grenade should do the trick. No one really comes out after that. Once they are cleared, just hang back here again and clear out the enemies just like you did during the last wave. This wave contains 2 Overload Champions, so again, just pop out a Storm Grenade here and there to clear out the adds first, then focus on the 2 champions next. Moving on, this is the next room that will for sure give you trouble. Takes a little bit of practice, but that's okay. Take out the Shanks first with your scout rifles from far away, and have one player get ready to pick up the charge. The other 2 players should be hanging back as far as possible and need to be ready to kill the exploding Shanks once the arc charge is picked up by the runner. Our Void Titan popped a rally barricade to keep both teammates overshielded while shooting the Shanks. The runner should pick up the charge just as the lightning bolt passes by, giving you the most running time. This is the route I took. You should pretty much never stop moving, and your team should be able to know when to start shooting the exploding shanks to give you a safe path to run through. Once you deposit, you can actually pop a barricade and drop down here for extra cover until the room is clear. The next room is pretty wide open, so just toss your storm grenades and hang back in cover as needed. To start, you'll have one overload captain and a bunch of enemies. After about 30 seconds, another overload captain will spawn in, as well as a barrier servitor. Same thing here, just keep hanging back and take out everything from a safe distance. Once you're done here, you've got one final room to deal with before the boss room. Take out the barrier servitor as quickly as you can. He'll be waiting for you on the upper section of this room, but will hide behind cover if you don't deal with him quickly enough. This can really extend the duration of the strike, as getting the perfect safe angle once he hides can take multiple minutes, so team shoot him right away. Once that upper section is clear, you can move up your positioning just a little bit to work on the two overload captains. Just team shoot them and proceed to the boss room. And just a quick forewarning here, the post that sticks out of the wall has a really weird kill barrier that unfortunately one of my teammates ran into. We nearly wiped here, but ended up saving the run by getting a revive mid-air off. This was very difficult to pull off, and it didn't happen in all of our runs. If it does happen in your run, you can try and save it, but just know you might need to start over. To avoid this, just make sure you slide down the middle area to avoid that post sticking off to the left. Alright, so as far as this boss room goes, it's actually pretty straightforward. Just take out all of the enemies to initiate the fight. Once the S.A.B.E.R spawns in, nuke it to its first health breakpoint. We had fun here with a strategy that actually worked pretty well. Basically just constant barricades to cover each side and absolute grenade spam. We kept a full wall of barricades up for probably 90% of the entire boss encounter and had a bubble ready to go if needed as well, so just ultimate protection. But if you're running like Warlock with Well of Radiance, that should do just fine. Once the boss becomes immune, you will have one barrier servitor spawn in. You can take this out whenever you like, just know that when you do take it out, the next boss phase begins. Once the boss re-approaches, take him down to his next breakpoint as quickly as possible and get ready for the shanks that will spawn in. If you damage the S.A.B.E.R quick enough, you'll be able to easily deal with the shanks before they become too much of a problem. This next wave of enemies will also bring 2 sniper shanks along with a barrier servitor, so do your best to take out the snipers as quickly as possible, then the barrier if you can. Killing the barrier servitor will again initiate the next and final boss damage phase. Everyone here should be ready with supers, heavy ammo, and grenades. If done correctly, you should be able to deal with the S.A.B.E.R in around 10 seconds or less for this entire last phase. Seriously, just nuke him, you'll be totally fine. And that is it, another Grandmaster guide. Overall, pretty fun in my opinion, and the duty-bound weapon is actually a pretty decent PvP auto rifle. As always, I hope you are all able to get your god rolls very quickly and have fun grinding out this one. I hope this helped you, and if you are looking for a place to team up with other Guardians, and myself included, our Discord community is actually starting to grow. It's a great place to hang out and ask questions if you have any, and I hope to see you there. Alright everyone, have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.